So this is the start of the wreck.
Looked like Nick Sanchez, the 2-car, got into the back of the 35. We talk about at the very top of the show about the bump drafting. Sometimes it doesn't work, and I think that's a situation where that bump draft turned Greg Van Alst sideways into Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened in it.
Hold on, a couple of drivers hard into the wall, including Zane Smith. Tony Breidinger gets into the 25 of Gracie Trotter. So we didn't even complete a lap here.
Lots of action, lots happening there in turn one, and look how high off the ground Takuma got there in that number 7 car. Wow, tough break for Jake Drew and Takuma Koga, both of them having very strong runs. Jake Drew back to the lead off of turn 4. Here comes, oh, we've got contact. Drew around, Colmore involved, Jesse Love involved. 3 of our top 4 drivers come to a stop in turn 1. Oh, I told you, I thought we were going to see some action.
See, that is Austin Niemeyer in the inside. Gus Dean went down through the grass, and when he did, he shot up into Niemeyer, and that put Niemeyer up into Shane Lee.
Yep.
And Shane, unfortunately, way.
Just got shoved right up in there.
Any room. He turns in the corner like he's not there and squeezes him, and that's what causes this melee. Tom Hessert very fortunate, along with Michael Self, to get by on the inside.
So I think Gus Dean got out of that.
This is a monster hit. No way around it.
Yeah, this hurts to even watch, Dave. Watch his contact. As you mentioned, looked so much like Ryan Preece's incident from last night.
Let's take a look exactly what was happening coming off turn 4. Cut that right front, hard hit.
Just such a bad angle. That was a hard lick.
Cutting all that grass down, somehow they'll make it beautiful for tomorrow's Daytona 500. I don't know if he'll be able to drive that car out of the grass at this point.
Big hit.
He actually ran, this is his second lap. He had run fast enough in his first lap to be 5th overall.
Watch
going
this.
for a little bit more. It's a little bit loose. You can hear it and feel it. That car hit the wall.
See, there's a 55.
Yeah, he's locked on Dave Mader.
And that's Dave Mader pushing it. The caution's out right now. They go by Daniel Dye, and they're not done yet. Dave Mader continuing to push the 55 of Parker Chase into the 35 of Greg Van Alst. Andy J also got a piece of that too with a 73.
See Greg Van Alst on the outside, Daniel Dye.
Another view of that. Will Kimmel, 68, got a little piece of that. Maybe not a great deal of damage to Will's car, but I'm really curious to see what happened with the leaders as we were all watching this wreck here.
That's Haley right behind
him. Gets right up against the rear bumper. Now they're not together, and then he kind of moved to the inside, and so she made contact with the right rear corner of that car. These bumpers don't line up exactly, and I think that contact turned him dead right into the outside wall.
There you see it again, yep, and one little tap is all it takes. I'm not a physics guy, but I certainly understand the physics of what happened right there.
You can see some sparks from underneath the car. Now it's down on the wheel. He has zero control over that car. He can turn the wheel all he wants, and it's going straight.
You're just along for the ride at that point.
Let's see what happened here.
Just got a little bit loose. Ran up some lap cars. Was up the racetrack just a little bit. Maybe got the right side tires up in the loose stuff you were talking about, the marbles. It's kind of what it looked like there. Tough break though. The 73.
Ooh, a little help from behind there on Amber.
Yeah, it looked like Jason Kitzmiller, the 97, got into Amber as they were going into the tunnel turn. And then nowhere for these other drivers to go. There's another view. You see him get a little bit loose there. Just loses all that downforce as Matt was talking about. You see Greg Van Alst go around the outside, as well as the 25 of Derek Griffith, but nowhere for Scott Melton to go.
What a save for Greg Van Alst, who just narrowly misses it.
Getting clear down here was really tight.
Yeah, that's AJ Moyer in the 06.
I think Jesse Love must have lifted, seeing how close that was, and he just got run over from behind. So hard to communicate that.
Trevor Huddleston in the 50 is the driver. When you see him.
Oh, yeah, it was a great save. Yeah, good call on that.
Really nice.
Laying down the rubber and everything.
Watch the contact between the 18 and the 32. And then again, Zane Smith was just running along the high side with nowhere to go, absolutely nowhere to go.
Right behind that group, a few of them came in there and made some pretty significant contact. There you see the 55 spinning. He goes down in front of Hesser.
Yeah, you see Dylan Martin, the 48, turns around, and these guys lock the brakes up, the two of Cicerelli. And a lot of these guys like Haley and Boswell had already committed to the high side.
Right.
And you can't just stop these things on a dime.
As leader Shane Lee was right next to her.
Yeah, and he got into the quarter panel, and as she brushed that outside wall, it was the big hit that happened down on the inside safer barrier that caused all of that damage to the front end of her Dickey's Toyota.
Coming up the hill, and it looks like contact between Tanner Reif and Joey East right there. Looks like Joey Beta just gotten in the back of Tanner Reif coming through the corner, and Takuma Koga with nowhere to go, slamming into the door there. Good thing that was the passenger side of that number 9 car. But
See exactly what happened here with Amber Balkin in the 71.
Yeah, the 71 just tried to move inside her and actually got loose and took them both into the outside safer barrier.
Qualify and start 3 of their 4 drivers up at the front, but per the rule, pulling out that backup car would make them go all the way.
See Tony's the white car on the inside who she got run into from behind. Very similar to what we saw in practice yesterday. I believe that was the 10 car, Richard Garvey, that ran in the back of Tony.
And obviously really hard hit there on the 7 car and the 69. But yeah, that from that angle, that definitely looked like just a really bad push.